Good morning, my dear students. So I think you're doing good at your home and safe. Today, let's start the remaining part of the living cricket legend Sachin Tendulkar. Okay. So look at the page number 22. Shall I proceed? Okay, listen. Between 5 p.m. and 7 p.m., I would have 5 overnight sessions. In his first year at Sharadash Vidya Mandir, the cricket coaching was very tight. So we know that the word 2 session, the first one start from the 7:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. and the second one start from the 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. So Sachin, remember that Sachin says here that the second session, the 5 p.m. and 7 p.m. between the 7 and 5 p.m. 5 p.m. and 7 p.m. he had to play 5 net sessions because it was very difficult and hard practice. Towards the last 50 minutes, Sir would place a 1 rupee coin on top of the stumps, and if I managed to avoid getting out, the coin was mine. Then in the second session, between the 5 p.m. and 7 p.m., the last of the session, it means the 6:45. The time of the 6:40 time, the Achareka sir just put a coin on the stump and he just deducted Sachin Tendulkar to keep the coin not get down on the ground. Then if Sachin Tendulkar could keep the coin keep the coin on the top, not getting down from not getting down from the ground, it means the coin just given to Sachin Tendulkar. It's a very different and it's a very hard one. Okay, in this session, every bowler in the camp would come and bowl to me with some 60 to 70 boys fielding. In the second session, every bowler. So, Achareka sir, there are so many students are there, the practices are there under the supervision of the Achareka sir at the same time. So, the second session, Achareka sir just would direct all the bowlers to come there and just bowl toward the Sachin Tendulkar. And with some 60 to 70 boys fielding, and there were so many, about almost 16 and 70 fielders are there. It means I had to hit every ball along the ground to survive those intense 15 minutes. Because then every ball in that come from the fastest and different type of bowlers just hit towards the boundary of the ground, toward the ground. Then just to remember that only a batsman Sachin Tendulkar and different practiced and trained bowlers and about 60 or 70 fielders. Then how one can hit the ball through the ground? It's a very difficult. The same time the Achareka sir just said Sachin Tendulkar to hit the ball along through the ground. Then all the same time Achareka sir would said to the other fielder to stop the ball that hit by the Sachin Tendulkar and not to stop, to go in, and they are not to allowed to leave the ball behind them. Then just remember that is a very difficult session. Then winning the 1 rupee coin used to give me immense satisfaction and taught me how to consider even when physically drained. Then Sachin Tendulkar remembered that after that after the session when he got the 1 rupee coin, then it gave him the immense pleasure, and it's a very, very pleasure and happy, and taught him, he studied a lesson that how to concentrate even when physically weak. then it's a very relief when he got the 1 rupee coin. Then we just think that the only 1 rupee coin is less worth. But according to the Sachin Tendulkar, it was a big, its worth is a very big and immense worth. At the end of it all, sir would tell me to run 2 full circuits or Shivaji Park with my pads and gloves on. And then, at the end of the second session, Achareka sir just direct Sachin Tendulkar to run around the park two time. With gloves and pads. The Achareka sir did not allow him not to remove his gloves and pad while he running the 2 round full of the Shivaji Park. Then that was the last part of my training, and I would be completely exhausted by the end of it all. Then the run is the last part of his session, the training session. And Sachin Tendulkar, remember that he said that after all the different kind of practice, he would be tired by the end of the day. It was a routine I would repeat right through my summer holidays, and it helped me to build up physical and mental stamina. Then Sachin, it was a routine. The same day. Then all the days he repeated the same system. And Sachin Tendulkar remembered that the routine, the same system, helped him to get the physical and mental stamina, the immense power. By doing hard work or by doing the exercise in the morning or the evening, then it just increase our immune system. Our physical teacher just tell you to practice very well and exercise very well. Then why he tell you? Have you ever think about him? Our physical teacher just say that to increase our immune power, immune system. Okay. Then like this, the continuous and the repetition of the system, it helped to increase the stamina, the power, the physical and mental power, according to the Sachin Tendulkar. Next paragraph. Occasionally, my father came to take me home, and I would always ask him to treat me a special fruit cocktail at the juice center near the club. Sometimes, Sachin Tendulkar's father would come there and take back him to the home. Then on the way, he just put a demand that he want a special kind of cocktail juice at the near the club. He just put a demand. Then, while this regular demand was a little unreasonable, then actually Sachin Tendulkar remembered that the demand of Sachin was not good, because at the time I did not realize that my parents also had to take care of the needs of my brothers and sisters. Here Sachin Tendulkar remembered the financial situations of his family. His family was very poor. Then his parents had to take care and had to feed, had to look after his brothers and sisters. So it was not good to demand a cocktail juice at the time. But actually, Sachin Tendulkar didn't realize that truth. My father would invariably end up giving me what I wanted just to see me happy. Even in financial crisis situations, Sachin Tendulkar's father just fulfill Sachin's demand. Then, just for what? Just to see his happiness, just to see the happiness. In the world, 90% of the parents, they want to see their children, their child satisfaction, happy, even in the financial, on the physical crisis. So we should understand their situations. Okay. One of the days when I made my way home from Shivaji Park on my own, I would often fall asleep on the bus if I managed to sit down. Sometimes Sachin Tendulkar would come back, would go after the session to the home alone, not with the father. Then he just remembered that when he on the way to home, he just fall asleep if he got the seat in the bus. Anyone who has been on a Mumbai bus at peak hour will know just how difficult it is to get a seat. Then Sachin Tendulkar says that the busy of the Mumbai town. He just said that everyone know that the busy hours, the busy time on the bus and that time, and how it is difficult to get a seat. It means it is not easy to get a seat on the busy time on the bus. One day when I was not so lucky, it was still a challenge just to stand with the kit bag. One day Sachin was not lucky. Then he didn't get the seat. Then he just said that it was a very challenge to travel through the bus with his kit bag. It was a kit bag, the training people just used to keep the bag, helmet, pad, gloves, ball, bat. It's a container, it's a kit bag. And he says that because the bus conductors would inevitably complain about me taking up the space of another passenger. Because then actually Sachin Tendulkar just tell that it was a challenge. Then by traveling to the bus, normal case by traveling a bus is not a challenge. But here in the case of Sachin Tendulkar, it was a challenge because all time the conductors of the bus continuously complain about the Sachin Tendulkar's travel because the conductor just said that then Sachin Tendulkar take one passenger, the space of another passengers. It would be embarrassing because the conductors were often rude and would sometimes ask me to buy 2 tickets. Then the complaining makes Sachin Tendulkar very difficult because the conductors just told him to take 2 tickets. I didn't have the money for the second ticket, and I had to learn to take these remarks in my stride. Financially, his family was very back, so he has no money to take he had no money to take the second ticket. And he learned something very special and how to manage the situations. Dirty clothes often added to the embarrassment with me. I evolved a way of wrapping the kit bag around me. The dirty dress. When he finished his second session also, he didn't get much time to wash his clothes at Shivaji Park. Then the previous section, we just remember that repeat the system of his way of washing the clothes. Sachin Tendulkar just to wash his clothes on his house, not in the park. Then he remembered that it's very difficult to wear the dirty clothes. Then to hide the dirtiness, the dirty clothes, he just cover his kit bag around his body. Then just as a helmet and pad became a part of my while batting, so the kit bag became an extension of me on the bus. Then Sachin remembered that the helmet and pad and the bat also is a very unavoidable one. So he just also keep on the kit while he traveling through the bus. I often take the bus or train from Bandara to Churchgate, and it was all the great learning experience. Sachin Tendulkar sometimes catch the bus to go there, and sometimes he catch the train to go there. And he remembered that all his journey to Shivaji Park, all the journey from return from Shivaji Park gave him the learning experience. Next. Even though I loved cricket, there were still occasional days when playing with my friends at home was such a fun that I would conveniently forgot I was supposed to go to the nets. Then actually Sachin Tendulkar loved the cricket very well and the practice. But sometimes Sachin Tendulkar he find happy to play the cricket with his colony friends. Then he just deliberately forgot he have to go to the camp to practice very well. If I didn't turn up, Achareka sir would jump onto his scooter and come to find me. Sachin Tendulkar remember that if he go there in time, if you didn't reach there at the Shivaji Park in time, then Achareka sir would come to the colony to search the Sachin Tendulkar. The sir would spot me in the melee and virtually drag me out. The Achareka sir would just come there and just found among the students. Then melee means the gang of the children. I would come up with the excuse, but he would have none of it. Then that time Sachin Tendulkar just say so many excuses not to go to Shivaji Park to the practice. He want to find the happiness to play the children, the friends with the colony. So he just put forward so many excuses. Then Achareka sir he didn't receive any excuses from the side of the Sachin Tendulkar. Then he would get me to change and head off to the Shivaji Park. He compelled to change Sachin Tendulkar to his dress and he take him to the Shivaji Park for the continuous and hard practice. At the drive, he would tell me, don't waste your time playing inane games with these kids. Then on the way to the Shivaji Park on a scooter, then Achareka sir would tell him that don't waste the time by playing the silly games with those kids. Cricket is waiting for you at the net. Practice hard and see what magic can transfer. Then he also added him that the cricket is waiting to the net. Then he have to play. Sachin have to play the cricket only at the net. It give him very important, very special. And he said that practice hard. Oh, Sachin Tendulkar, then practice hard. Then it will bring you very magic in the case of the cricket. At that time, I hated being dragged off, but as I look back, I feel sheepish about my action. I can only admire Achareka sir's far-sightedness. At that time when Achareka sir dragged him and head off to the Shivaji Park, actually Sachin Tendulkar just hate that because he just want to play with his colony friends. But he remembered that when he look back, when he think about his career, I feel sheepish about my action. He just feel foolish about his actions. What was the actions? What was the foolish action? Just to waste the time to playing with his colony friends. That was the foolish and the sheepish actions. And that time he just admired Achareka sir's far-sightedness. What is the far-sightedness? We have the objective, we have the goal, long-term and short-term goal. Then the long-term goal is the far-sightedness. Oh, my dear students, you should have the far-sightedness. You should have the big goal and the long-term goal and the short-term goal in your life. It will bring you a very special kind of a magic. Do you remember how to change your mind while the last year when we were at the classroom? I just talk about the conscious and the subconscious mind and the difference and the importance of and the magical power of the subconscious mind. Do you remember that? Okay, read it. Sir also punished me on one occasion when trying to teach me a very important lesson. Achareka sir once had punished Sachin Tendulkar while he teaching a very important lessons. Once I bunked my daily evening practice to watch an inter-school cricket match, not anticipating that Sir would be there. One day Sachin Tendulkar just cut his evening practice and he just go to watch the inter-school cricket match. Then actually Sachin Tendulkar, he didn't expect that. Achareka sir would be there. Actually, Achareka sir was there. He was angry and he said it was no for me to come and watch other players play for. If I practiced hard enough, one day people from across the world would come and watch me play. So when Achareka sir saw Sachin Tendulkar on the inter-school cricket match, near the inter-school cricket match, he got angry. He became angry to Sachin Tendulkar and said that, oh Sachin Tendulkar, you don't go to anywhere to watch the cricket, the other people's cricket. Then practice hard. If you practice very hard, all the people around the world one day would come in front of you, then near you and watch your game, and they will admire your hard task or hard work and your talents. The Sachin remember that now the Achareka's words is became very true and it fulfilled, and his dream just filled. He was a strict disciplinarian and I did everything he would for me, award myself to him. Then actually the Acharekas are very strict, as a very lovable man, and then he did whatever Sachin Tendulkar want only to become a good cricketer. Then I owed myself to him. Sachin Tendulkar now remember that, then he just obligated very hard, physically and mentally, everything for the in front of the Achareka sir, because he just remembered that then if Achareka sir had not there, then Sachin Tendulkar would not be a famous cricketer. Okay, so the chapter is ended here. So I think you got the learning experience and the different kind of hard practices and the difficult that Sachin Tendulkar suffer while he was learning the practice in the cricket on the Shivaji Park. Okay, so we have to learn a moral thought, a moral lesson from the story. What was that? Sorry, what is that? By doing hard work, we can achieve the high goal. What you want, we can achieve that. Then the financial crisis is no problem. Your situation is no problem. Everything is no problem. But if you have the good mind to practice the hard work, if you have the concentration power, if you use your subconscious mind, you can find or you can achieve everything what you want. Then I challenge you, then if you can't to gain your goal, then I am here to train you, then how to catch you and how to gain your goal throughout your career. So anyway, let's wind up the class. And the last, I recommend you to write the question answer on the third question answer and just keep on your notebook. So anyway, if you have any doubt regarding with the chapter, so you can WhatsApp me. Then I am here to clear all your doubts. Anyway, thank you for watching the lessons and have a nice day. Thank you.